This is the biggest diplomatic development we've seen in the Israel-Lebanon conflict in months. President Joseph Aoun came to Washington looking for U.S. support to stabilize Lebanon after months of fighting between Israel and Hezbollah. The focus was the U.S.-backed ceasefire framework. Lebanon wants a full Israeli withdrawal from the south, more support for the Lebanese army, and for the Lebanese state, not Hezbollah, to control southern Lebanon. Now, President Trump says Washington remains committed to this process, and he also added that Lebanon has been a very mistreated country for a long period of time, and, quote, we're going to solve a lot of problems. Marit?
Okay, so big promises from the US president there. Meanwhile, Adel, I know you're following developments there across the region. What's the latest this morning?
That's right. The U.S. has now completed 11 consecutive nights of attacks on Iran, and there are few signs that this conflict is easing anytime soon. Perhaps the biggest development came overnight in Washington. President Trump says the U.S. has no interest in talks with Iran, and even though he insists Tehran is desperate to negotiate. At the same time, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told Congress that the war has already cost $37.5 billion and asked lawmakers to approve another $67 billion in funding for our campaign. The dialogue between him and Democratic senators was very testy during this exchange. And that request is likely to raise questions about how long Washington expects this conflict to continue. Meanwhile, Iran says it carried out new attacks on military sites in Bahrain and Kuwait, while both countries say they intercepted missiles and drones overnight. Now, also, the Iran-backed Houthis are also threatening commercial shipping in the Red Sea, and that's already adding to the concerns over in the Strait of Hormuz, where vessel traffic continues to fall. So while diplomacy is making some progress between Israel and Lebanon, the wider regional situation is definitely moving in the opposite direction. We're seeing more military action, increasing economic pressure, and there's no clear sign that the fighting between Washington and Tehran will slow down anytime soon. Marit?
Okay, Aadel Haleem in Qatar for us. Thank you so much for bringing us up to speed this morning.